Okay, so at this point I have my 1-inch border drawn all the way around my paper. I went back in and erased those corners where those lines might kind of, overlap there. And then I'm going to start by drawing my gnome. So I have a couple worksheets printed of different gnome ideas. That way you can kind of see different examples, different designs of hats, different designs of outfits, and you can kind of use this to help you base things off of it. So we're going to start by drawing the hat. So over here on the right side of our paper on our border, we're going to start by drawing a curved line. This is going to be the bottom of the hat. And then from here, you can decide if you want to go straight up like a point, if you want it to kind of like curl over, however you want to design that. So I'm going to start by the end and start to curl it up and around. I'm going to come to the other end, start to make it come around and come to a point. At this point, you could add like a little puff ball if you wanted, or you can just leave it as is. And then because my gnome is supposed to be on top, where that border comes inside the hat, I'm going to go ahead and start erasing it. That way I don't have all these extra lines and makes things confusing at the end. So at this point, you can make it so that the hat is completely covering the nose, or you can drop the nose down a little bit so that you can draw the eyes peeking out. That's up to you. I'm going to start here on that curve of that hat and draw an oval for the nose. That way it looks like the hat's coming down over the face and is kind of covering the nose. It makes them a little more comical. And then we go back to the different design options. Like there's more of like a wavy one. This one looks more kind of like a storm cloud. This one is more curly in nature. So you can kind of decide like how you want to form the beard and go from there. So if I wanted to make it more, curly, I could start here where the nose and the hat come together and start to create that shape of the hair. Then I want to make sure it goes back up in the same direction here. I'm going to start to create shapes of hair. So it's going to look like it's big kind of chunks of hair coming down. And then I can go ahead and erase this part of my border. And then go back in and continue to draw more shapes of hair. Once I've started with curvy, I'm going to stick with curvy. If you start with straight, go ahead and stick with straight. And we're just going to do it around the nose, starting off. And then this is more like their beard. So then we got to create their hair coming down. So from underneath the hat, I'm going to do those same shapes until I run out of room on what I guess you can call the brim of the hat, that line that we first drew. Make sure to do it on both sides. And then from there, you get to kind of determine like what kind of outfit you want to do. These ones in the examples I have, they have more just pants. These ones have what I consider tunics. So they have a little bit of like a dress to them. The ones on the back that I have examples of are a little more fancy. They've got more like robes and stuff with them. So however you decide to do that, if you wanted to do just pants, you could draw 3 vertical lines coming down from beneath the beard and then draw your ovals for the shoes. If you want to do more of a tunic, then you would draw a curved line coming down from out of the beard and the hair. Draw another curved line coming down out of the beard and the hair. Then kind of do like a curvy line down here. And start to give him a little oval for shoes. Again, go back in and erase that part of the border that's inside your gnome. And then regardless if you're going to do a tunic or pants or a robe, we're going to draw his little hand, his little arm coming out here, and he's got to be holding something. So I'm just going to draw 2 kind of diagonal lines coming out. That's going to be for his arm. And then I'm going to draw an oval or circle shape for his hand. So from here, we get to decide, maybe what is he holding? Around Christmas time, like you could draw a candy cane kind of coming out if you wanted, or lantern. So maybe drawing the handle coming out. We got to make sure that we don't draw it through his hand so it looks like he's actually holding it. So you can draw a curved line coming down, kind of like a half circle shape. And then draw a bit of a trapezoid or a square shape. So at this point, it kind of looks like a bucket. And then go back in and you can add more details to make it more of a lantern. Or you can have him holding a flower. Whatever you decide, that is up to you. But he has to be holding something in his hand. So I have it from there, and then maybe a little wick coming out, and then like a little flame. So that's how you're going to start to draw your gnome. And then they're usually pretty comical, so you can go in and add, maybe polka dots to the hats. You can add stripes if you want, add plaid designs, patches, however you decide to, decorate your gnome. Maybe it goes with the theme of what he's holding in his hand. You can go in and add stripes to the little tunic. If you're going to add designs to his shirt or to the little tunic, then you'll have to continue them in the hand, in the arm, from where it would be part of his little outfit coming out. So those are just, a couple examples of what you could do. As far as different designs and stuff for your gnomes, you can do you want to make it more like a girl gnome, we could do the hat. It's always easier to start off with the hat. And then because typically girls don't have beards, you start to design the hair. So maybe with braids, 2 long braids coming down. So to do that, from the sides of the hat, you could do some hearts to make it look like the braid pleats. And then kind of draw a line through the middle of the heart and start to do the strands of hair with the lines. And then here at the bottom, where there would be an elastic or a ponytail holder, you could draw a little oval for that. And then where the hair kind of comes out of that, draw the lines for it. And you could do one, or you could do one on the other side and kind of make it look like, she had pigtails with the braids. So again, just do the layered up parts. Then go back in and do the strands for the hair.
It's great that you have Miss Birkin first period. Stop by when you switch for lunch to see her, please. Thank you.
Do the little elastic in here. Add the little strands of hair down here for the bottom part, where it comes out of the elastic. And then for the facial features, since you'll see more of the face, we'll draw the chin. You'll still get kind of an oval for the nose. You're going to be able to see more of their face, so to give them an expression. And then draw the eyes. You could leave it like that, or you could even go in from, underneath the hat and do some lines for if you wanted to give her bangs. And then you'll be able to see more of her neck. And then to create the tunic or the outfit for her, do a collar, go around the neck. There's for her shoulders coming out. Do the curve line coming down. But then again, she'll need her arm coming out to be able to hold something and to draw the hand in order to have her holding something for it as well. So you could do it more like a girl style if you wanted, or you could do it more of a male gnome. You could do more kind of wavy hair. You could do it more straight, just depending on how you want to design it. And then to make little boots, if you want to do boots instead of shoes, you can just do some curved lines around the pant legs. And then you can go back in and add little laces or snaps or whatever. So those are just a couple options there to help you out with your gnome drawings.